Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to cook fried cabbage. It's very light, it's sauteed, it's simple. A lot of my friends love it. So I think you're going to love it as well. So let's get cooking. So first thing we're going to do is take off this bottom part, discard that. And now we need to cut the cabbage in half. It is quite difficult sometimes because you need a pretty sharp knife, and this is sort of sharp, but you know, it's good because then when you're cutting it, you need to be able to just slice it very thinly like that. The idea is that we want to have the cabbage so thin so that it looks like that. Yeah, so just continue it. This is probably the longest part, and it might just take you about 10 minutes to get it right, and a few times. To be honest, I used to do it and I wasn't really good at it at first, but then good knife and then doing it more often, just keep cutting. So as you can see, I've cut some of the cabbage, nearly half of it, and it looks like this. So it's kind of strings, very thin and simple. Avoid the last bit because that bit is not nice. It becomes a bit hard when you're cooking and you don't really want it. It doesn't taste that great, that part as well. So just keep cutting the sort of to the point where it's about I would say an inch from when you're finishing. And then that's it, and then get on to the next one. I'm not the world's greatest when it comes to knives, I've got to say. My husband always tells me that I'm going to chop my fingers off. Yeah, he's probably right. Right, so now we're going to put some oil in here. We also use ghee, and it does add a little taste to it, I must say. Now we're going to put cumin seeds. So we want about 3 spoons of cumin seeds. And now we're going to put 2 spoons of mustard seeds. Mustard seeds are very nice. They're sort of, as you can see, it pops. And as soon as it pops, that's when you want to start putting your cabbage in. It's a pretty full pan, so the best thing you can do is slowly just try and use 2 spoons, and we just got to slowly bring it to the top. And you just let it cook until you give it another stir, and just keep stirring it, because the whole point of this is so that we can have a nice kind of golden brown. Now we put some salt in, and you can put the salt in now. Obviously everybody has their own idea of how much salt, but for this I'm using a spice spoon, so you're probably going to need a good 4 or 5 spoons. Now everybody might say, ooh, that's too much. So yeah, my husband doesn't like too much salt. I do. Terrible. So just keep stirring it. So as you can see, it's nice and brown. I mean, you only want to get it lightly brown. And now we're going to put the spices in. Remember to lower the gas because you might burn the spices otherwise. So we're going to put in turmeric, and we're putting in 2 spoons of turmeric. And then we've got ginger, which is lovely. Good for you. So is turmeric. Now we're putting 2 spoons of that in. So all we're doing now is just literally mixing the cabbage with all those spices. And then you just leave it to fry for a little longer. As I said to you earlier, if you want to put a drop more oil in, you can do, or ghee, which is an Indian style butter. And just put a teaspoon of that in, and then just mix it in, and that's it. And so we mix it nicely until it basically just browns a little bit more, and then it's ready to serve with some bread, because I think it's nice with bread, although I like rice myself. But when you've got a dry dish like this, I think bread tends to be nicer. The problem when you have it with rice is that you want some juice, you can mix it in. Whereas with bread, you can just pull a bit off and scoop the cabbage straight into your mouth, and it's yummy. So let's put some in. And that's it. That's your cabbage with some bread. You can put some more bread. As I say, you can have it with rice or even with naan. Either one, it's gorgeous.